Hi Nish.
Hello. So today, the guest host, everything is between us. Specifically talking about Hermi is going to give some information about composition, and I'm sure it's going to be one of the best session what we had. He's my guru, my buddy, and when it comes to wildlife photography, we started our journey together. Started in Dubai with birding. So thank you, Hermi. In fact, I would like to start with a thanks to you for all your guidance and your support all this while. You are one of my biggest pillar, not only for me, for a lot of our friend circle and people whom we don't even know. So let's start.
Thank you for wonderful introduction. I'm trying to change the background here.
Hello, Shaista and Paul Manuran.
Do you have a lot of people, or are we alone here?
No. I think you can start with a small introduction about our journey, and then by the time people will start to come, and I want to start to share this in the social as well.
Okay. Yes, I'm almost ready there. I was looking for one of my best picture to one of my favorite picture to make as the background. So please, I don't know. Yeah. So today we are talking about composition. Hi Shaista, hi Paul. Paul Manudan is one of our regular viewer. Even Shaista, Sudapriya Sharma. Nisha, you were not with us for long, like last couple of times, I guess. So are we ready? Do you have you posted everywhere?
I'm just posting. I need to post in one more place.
Okay.
But I think you can start, Hermi.
Okay. I'm also sharing. Sorry. Yeah. Shall we start? Nish.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody's ready. I can see the thumbs up. So I'm also getting ready here.
Yes, all set, all ready. It's all about you starting now.
Great.
All okay?
Yes, so we are talking about composition. Uh, Whoever asked me what is composition or what makes a good image well composed, I would tell them to think about three things, to ask themselves what is interesting about this image that you're going to make. What do you want to include in that frame? How can you position your subject in this image to make it visually appealing, to make it more appealing to others, or something that says a story in the picture? Now we have we all might have learned about or heard about the rule of thirds. So this is basically a simple rule that is made long years ago, when even when the painting was started. So this is the basic of all the art, where the frame is divided into three intersections, four intersections, basically three parts. And they say that your primary subject, your key element in the frame, has to be in one of these four intersections. That's when you compose a good picture. So either it has to be composed on, like the primary subject has to be on any of these four intersections. This is the basic rule of thirds. So basically, you're breaking your photograph into thirds, both horizontally and vertically, and you will get 9 equal rectangles. At either of the intersections of these rectangles, you have to place your main subject. That is the rule of thirds, and you can always break this rule. So this is a simple example of how you can compose a image in rule of thirds. So either you can see on the left side the cheetah image. The cheetah is placed on the vertical line in the left side. Since the cheetah is looking towards our right, we need more space on the right side. So the photographer kept the cheetah on the left side vertically, and the intersection you can see on the left top. Here again, with the lady, portrait of this lady, she's looking towards us, and we need a space on the left side because her face is towards left, and the the eye that is very close to the camera is placed on the intersection, on one intersection. So basically, this is how you compose an image with a rule of thirds. And certain, like I have placed a lot of images that I have clicked just to show you an example. Here, the cheetah, you can see the cheetah sitting on a mount. I could see that when I clicked this photo, my main concentration was on the cheetah and the clouds in the sky. So my major attraction was the cheetah with clouds. So I reduced the base part, which is uh, the dark area, and this was, I think, almost before sunrise or next to sunrise. So I kept the dark portion very minimal in my frame, and cheetah is placed looking towards uh, left side. So I placed it on the right side so that the viewer gets a feel that the cheetah is looking towards something. So the viewer's eyes naturally goes to that area. Now another picture, the same series, but I have uh, taken it a bit closer. Again, you can see the bottom part is very minimal, and I have shown the sky, the cheetah placed again on the right side in 1/3 of the frame composed. This is again a picture from Kamchatka, brown bear and cub playing around. Here you can see almost 2/3 of the frame is what do you call the water. Water is the main element here, since the bears were playing in the water. Again, another bear walking. It's walking towards uh, right side, and you can see 1/3 of the portion I have kept it water, and 2/3 is the forest, or what do you call the hill area, mountain. And I want to give a feel that the bear is moving, and that's why more space on the right side. This is again the the drama is all over the sky, and there is a little portion where you can see the light and silhouette of the topi I have given here, and very little area I have given for the base. So the horizon is, I have kept the horizon very low because I found the clouds or the sky makes the image more dramatic. As again another rule of third, aligned with the rule of third. You can see the cheetah looking at me, but it's again sitting in the left bottom corner, which is again 1/3 of the picture. And sky, it was a rainy day. The sky was full of black clouds. The sky was basically black. And I have also included a tree on the right side to give kind of balance to the image, so that there is no negative space. In this case, I have kept that's why I have kept the cheetah on the left side and framed it. Otherwise, for me, when it comes to something that is looking at me, I always keep the frame center, because I feel that it's coming or it's moving towards me. This is a which something that I usually don't take. This is a locust clicked on, I think, D6 and 105 Nikon D6 and 105 lens, macro lens. The lens was provided by one of my very close friend, Mr. Fayez. I call him Fayez Bhai. So we went for a trip. I think this was taken in Maliha in Sharjah, and we went for something else, and we found this huge, like a very large number of locusts. So he told he have the macro lens, and he asked me to lie down and take. So this picture I'm dedicating to Faz Bhai. Again, you can see I have kept the 2/3 of the portion for the locus, the subject, and since the subject is looking towards right, I've kept a little bit of space on the right. And yeah, this is again considered to be the rule of third as per. Again, in a very late evening in Masai Mara, a lioness on a mount, and you can see the clouds, the dramatic sky. Again, the horizon, I have kept it very small in size, like 1/3, less than 1/3 of the frame. Since the lioness is looking towards left, I have kept the lioness on the right bottom corner because I want to show the sky. This was again taken in Dubai desert, Al Qudra, I guess, somewhere near Al Qudra. And this was again with one of my very good friend, again taken in Nikon D6. This was taken during my testing, the testing of D6. So one of my favorite image. Vertical framing, when it comes to rule of thirds, I showed the little bit of the tree, little bit of the surrounding of the owl, and you can see, yeah, the placement is actually on the right bottom kind of thing. I have kept little bit of space on the left side. So this is also in conjunction with the rule of thirds.
It's beautifully placed.
Thank you. This is one of my favorite from last trip to Masai Mara, the giraffe and the sun. A lot of people ask me if it was a moon. It is the sun, almost around 9 o'clock, 8:30 kind of thing time. That day till 10 o'clock it was misty, and a low angle photo taken very low kept the giraffe on the horizon, and I wanted the include the sun also in the frame. So I had gone for the vertical frame. And the yellow color, I mean the blue color, is one of my favorite color. A lot of people call me call this color Hermi blue. Especially our captain who traveled with us after his trip. Every photo he used to put a blue tint. He used to tell Hermi blue. So blue is something that I like most. So I have lowered down the Kelvin value to 4,400 or 300, something like that in this picture. Again, a very old picture of a little owl. Um, yeah, this is again from Dubai desert. Little owl is very common to Dubai, and you will find it if you go in the desert. You will find it very easily.
It's not very common. I have a correction. We were looking for it for such a long time. I think I haven't seen it at all. So it's not
No, Nisha,
common.
there is something that I have to correct you in that. We were always looking for this, not in the desert. It's always outside. We were looking. So uh, we never explored where it lived. Once I started exploring, I found it many times, and then I then I found that it was not that difficult. So next time you come to Dubai, we'll go for to explore in the desert. Yeah. Again, another frame I really liked. I think
Beautiful frame.
I was with one of my friend, uh, Aaron Davis, and we were looking for something, and we just drive around and got this. This is again placed like the egret is looking towards both the birds, in fact, looking towards left. So I kept the negative space more on the left, and a little bit of land I have included uh, to balance the negative space in the right side. This is again with reference to the you can call it rule of thirds, because the egret is coming on the intersection of top right intersection. That's also again one of my favorite. I was lying down literally to the water level and photographed. Komodo dragon from Indonesia, again lying down in the ground to get a good level. It is moving towards. It moves very fast, and it was moving towards left, and I wanted to frame this accordingly. So uh, again, kept on uh, the negative space I have kept on the left side, so that you get a feel that it's moving towards left. These days, like we are very restricted to composing the image because of the social media, especially Instagram. A lot of people want to show the image in like very closely cropped images just to show the subject. So nowadays people are not looking into composition so much. I don't know if it's right or wrong. Again, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, something that is looking towards me, I always keep it in the center and frame. I don't know if it's a uh, composition in wise, the rule wise, if it's correct or not, I don't know. So but for me, uh, like something that is looking towards me, I always keep it in the dead center and frame it. You can see a lot of pictures of mine composed like this. This Yeah, this was an inspiration from Miss Nisha Purushothaman. She had a she had a cub with keeping the chin on the hand and sitting. So when I came with my friend Nitin last time, we were looking for this pose, but we didn't get it. Yeah, that was only meant for you, I guess.
But this looked more like one of our Malayalam superstar doing some action. Yeah, it's cool.
Another picture from Masemara Luluka coming towards, like walking towards me. Again, almost in the center I have placed. This was again an early morning, misty morning. We placed our car, and suddenly there was a pride of lions, and we were looking for it, and suddenly this cub came out from this grass. This is one of the Black Rock Pride walking towards our vehicle. I was lying down in the platform of the Land Cruiser, and it that's how I got this eye level shot of this picture, this lion. Yeah, again a center composed picture. Now let's talk about the rule of space. I have already told about this in the previous thing also, and the main rule is there should be a space in front of the subject, or there should be a space in the direction where the subject is walking towards. It's as simple as it is. Basically, we call it breathing space or room to breathe in the frame. Imagine if this ostrich, if you compose it like the ostrich is at the end of the, or a tight frame like ostrich is at the end of this frame, you feel suffocated. You feel that what is this, where is this ostrich going, how is this ostrich living in that frame? So basically, to make it alive, you need to give it a breathing space. That's all about the role of space. In these pictures that I'm going to show, you will understand. Look at the picture on the right side, the cheetah. Very late evening after sunset, the blue hours, I took this picture. The cheetah was walking towards left side, so I kept the whole space on the left side. These pictures are like will come out very good when you print it in a larger format. I have printed this during one of my exhibition in Dubai, and I was very happy. It came out so well. Another picture where the ostrich is carrying the egg on its back.
Golden egg.
Yeah, the golden egg. Nisha, you can control this.
Yeah.
If you want to show it in bigger screen.
Yes, it's already in the big screen.
And you can check if where there is some questions, because I'm not checking the.
Yeah. So the questions are we going to share now or later?
If it's if you want to share it now, you can. I can answer.
Yes. There is a question from Sharma. I have a query. Is it required to learn Photoshop, or is it hit a trial method?
Learn Photoshop.
Yeah, you need
Yeah,
to learn Photoshop, or it's just you try it and learn it yourself.
when it comes to photography and you want to become a good photographer, obviously you have to learn Photoshop. It's not hit and trial. You have to learn, and you have to like you need to judge yourself, judge your pictures on how you can make it better. So it's not just hit and trial.
Okay.
You have to be very specific about what all elements you are adding. Everything you have to be specific.
Yeah, the only difference is when it comes to nature photography, don't try to add and remove things from the
Yeah.
scene. If you're talking about a competition, in competitions, if you're going to add or remove things, it's going to put you in trouble. There are people who do amazingly good work when it comes to editing, but it all differ from people to people. Then there is
Editing is a must when it comes to photography, because we all shoot in raw, and raw is something that doesn't give you any kind of like
accuracy when it comes to colors and
yeah. So it has to be the raw means like it's I always tell it's like preparing a curry. Like you have raw vegetables, you will not get the taste of a curry with just eating raw vegetables. So you need to put a lot of masalas, salt, and everything, and make it a good dish. That's what is editing for me, and I guess most of the people agree with this.
I understand. So then there is one question from Akash. So is the rule of third is valid for portraits of people?
Of course, rule of third is very valid for portraits of people as well.
There is one more question from Akash. Sir, is the rule of third is valid for composition in close-up portraits of animals when you are clicking pick by holding your camera in vertical mode?
See, when it comes to, like, there are a lot of things that we need to keep in mind. Even if it's vertical portrait, if it's a portrait that animal is looking, or any species that is looking towards you, the best thing is, like, make it center and uh, compose it in a center, proper center way. Otherwise, if it's looking towards right or left or something like that, you need to leave space. You need to then keep, like as I showed previously, that lady's photo, the eye that is closer to your uh, camera, you can keep it in the prime intersection of the rule of thirds. And if it's looking towards left or right, you have to leave space accordingly to the left or to the right.
The next one is by Udit. Hi Hermis, my question: if we get some habitat, trees, grass, branches in case of birds, is it considered as negative for the image or portfolio?
Okay. uh, Firstly, habitat is something that you have to show in your picture. Otherwise, it's easy, it's actually easy to, like, go and take click pictures from a zoo. So why we are showing habitat is to make understand people that this is the place that species live, and it's very important for them. Like, it gives a lot of messages. That's why we are showing the habitat. So there's no wrong in showing the habitat, in showing trees or branches or grass or anything in your picture, because it is their uh, place, it's their house, it's where they live. So you have to show that.
Uh, then once again from Akash, sir, big fan of both of you. I have a question. Who's the best photographer between you and Nisha, ma'am? By the way, love your dancing videos from your birthday.
thank, thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I think we have to pass this question.
Definitely, Hermes is my guru. He's an amazing photographer. There is no
Oh,
second
oh, oh,
question
oh.
about it.
Yeah, yeah, Hema's art diary has answered this question very well. Imad, hi. Okay, let's go to uh, next part, rule of space. So yeah, again, this is walking towards right, and I have included the sun also. And the see, there are a lot of things that you have to uh, see when you compose an image, and especially when you come to Mara, you need to have a good guide with you, because otherwise, whatever you do, you'll not be able to place accordingly, like the place the way you want to frame your picture. So for that, you need to have a guide who can guide you, who can read your mind basically, and position your vehicle for you. When see these kind of photos, you have to visualize what is going to happen in next couple of minutes, and accordingly you need to ask your driver or guide to move your vehicle and position accordingly. Either you have to have a sense of where you have to place, or you need to guide your driver, or your guide has to have a sense. So these two are most important. Yeah.
have one more question.
Yes.
Night's presentation, what lenses do you use and what's the maximum cropping you advise from Vibhav?
Okay. See, the lenses, I usually use three kind of lenses. One is the wide angle, 1635 or 2470 or something in that range, and uh, then 70 to 200, and a prime lens or a 180 to 400. When I use Nikon equipments, so we have a good range of lenses in that. Prime lens mostly I use 400 2.8, or I use 180 to 400 f4. So these are the lenses that I use. And maximum percentage of cropping, it depends on your again the composition. Like sometimes some people want to show very close up shot of a species, sometimes you show the full habitat. uh, these are like, these things depend, the cropping depends on what you want to show to your viewers. Yeah.
Yeah, there is one more question, Hermis.
Yeah.
Hermis and Mr. If you are charged by a lion or an elephant or any big five of Africa, what will you do? Stand up, stand your ground, or run. My guess is both of you have studied animal behavior a lot. You will be what you will do.
Yeah, basically there's no point in running. And exactly something very similar happened yesterday yesterday night as well. Very close to we were sitting in the lounge here, and very close, like less than 10 meters, a leopard was walking towards us. It looked us and it walked away. So if we stand up and we run, it will come and chase us. So there is no point. Yeah. And maximum that you can do is don't go very close to these big fives and don't provoke them. So that's what we do. Rather than going and uh, provoking them that they will run towards you, stay away from them, keep a safe distance, and play wise.
Yeah, the another part is right now because of COVID, there are people in any of the camps and or even in any across Mara, it's quite less.
Yeah.
So the animals are kind of walking around carefree. They are you can sporting is difficult, but then whenever you get a chance, you may get surprises as well as they may come really close to you. You don't have to go closer; they come closer to you. So
Yeah.
the best
as
way is
as
standing still.
as Rais Rahman says, in Mara, no point of running, just stand and say hallelujah. uh,
One more question. Do we lose image quality if we crop? Yes.
yeah, you lose image quality naturally if you crop.
Minimal,
Yeah.
like 20% crop,
or
it's okay.
or if or if you have very latest cameras like D850 or C7, or when it comes to Sony A7 R4, uh, then R6, uh, uh, those kind of photo cameras you use, you might not lose that much quality when you crop.
And again, it depends on what is your requirement. If you are going to use it for social media, yeah, cropping is not going to make much difference. But if you are thinking about
Yeah,
print, especially larger size, then definitely it's going to make a difference.
correct. Okay, let's.
Dilip, it was really a scene yesterday, but thankfully, as we mentioned, we were sitting idle and a leopard just give us a stare for a few seconds and walk away. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, again, towards this lioness is sitting on the mound and looking towards left, so naturally the space has to be on the left. A cub lying down and thinking about something, I don't know, again looking towards left. I have kept the space towards left. This is a black swan, very famous subject in Dubai. In summer, we get to click only these birds most of the time in Al Qudra. and it was coming towards me, so I kept the space in the front a little bit. And again, you can see the composition. I put the subject in the dead center. Same here. It was an early morning, very beautiful light. No, late evening, I guess. Yeah, late evening, very beautiful light. Put the subject in the center, space all around. Same thing, early morning, misty day. Lot of giraffes. One is looking right, one is looking left, one is looking behind, front. So I put them in the center so that I get that story, and I could use that feel of mist also in this picture. Again, this is I think one of Malaika's cubs looking at me around 9 o'clock or something. The light was a little bit harsh, and I found it very interesting with all this. Sometime during the dry season here, you will not sometime, like most of the time during the dry season, you will find a lot of the grasses full of yellow, and the yellow tinted cheetah coming out of these yellow grasses and looking at you. I found interesting, and I put the cheetah in the dead center and composed. This is one of my favorite. And see, during these times, you are not going to look for composition. That's why I showed this picture. It comes mostly by luck, and a lot of time, like mostly by luck, and you need to be an expertise as well. So this is again one from September 2017, I guess. 5 cheetahs, one among the 5 cheetahs charged this wildebeest. They caught the wildebeest. It was dramatic. So I captured this in Nikon D5 and 600 and it was very far. Because it was 600, I got somehow. And this is a cropped one as well, cropped picture, almost 30% cropped. And yeah, that's how I compose this image in the cropping. It doesn't, you really doesn't have to crop the picture or compose the picture all the time. You doesn't have to compose the picture from your camera itself. Sometimes like these situations, you can go for cropping as well once you click the picture. Now the third thing, viewpoint. So it's always good that you move around with your camera. I'm not saying you have to sit in front of a cheetah or a lion and click pictures. This is, I'm talking about all genre of photography. You need to move around. You need to go low, like lie down, or you need to stand in a higher position so that you get different angles. In this case, this picture was taken, I think, 2 years back from Masai Mara. Very good cloudy day. The sky was dramatic, and this particular cheetah, they were going for a hunt. Like there were 3 cheetahs, they were going for a hunt, and it couple of times it came walking towards our car, and that's when I thought of like this angle. I thought about this angle. Then the next time it was coming towards my car, I connected my camera to my monopod, and I have a mobile app that can control the camera. I put the monopod upside down from the car itself, and the moment it walked towards, I started clicking from my mobile phone. So I could see through my phone the frame, and then I could compose it accordingly and click also. So this photo was captured like that. Again, this was I have used a camera trap kind of thing. The a pride of lions were near this place, and I kept the camera down in the ground, and it started coming towards us. Just one of that started coming. After that, every lions came, every cubs came. So this is again taken through that. You have to experiment. You have to like try different methods. This is again taken. A lot of people ask me this picture, about this picture, was it drawn picture? So yeah, it was, no, it was not actually a drawn picture. This was like, I again used a technique of monopod. I connected my camera on the monopod and I made it very lengthy, the monopod, and then I put it almost on top of the lion and clicked, and it was a wide angle lens. Again, another series. So now we are talking about layers. Layering in photography creates more depth, as you all know. So it's always good to add more layers to your pictures. Here you can see the foreground with grass, the cheetah standing in between the grass, then the plain ground, then a little bit of forest, then again ground, plain ground, mountains, sky. So uh, a lot of layers are being added to this picture, which makes it more dramatic. And this is the best example of showing a habitat picture. So people understand that this is the place where cheetah lives. Again, one of my favorite picture showing the depth. In fact, this was I think taken 2 years back in Masai Mara, when we found that one mating pair of lion is there. So another lioness was sitting next to that, and the moment that lion started mating, this lion came to my camera. This lioness came to my camera. So I got a lot of layers in this, the clouds, and you can see on the almost in the center, you can see a fly also in the sky, which was very clear, and the mating pair of lions mating, and the lions that is looking, and the foreground grasses. Again, a very early morning shot. When you try for the early mornings and it's misty, you will see the smoke coming out of lion's mouth. Here again, a lot of layers you can see with mountains and sky. This is again one of my favorite from Borneo, the Bornean orangutan. I was in a speedboat, and this is again taken in a wide angle lens 1635. We were very close. It was trying to catch my camera from my hand. Again, uh, all the details are there: the sky, the wood, the river, everything. This is something that I don't have much pictures to explain. Like, you can also make patterns, compose the images with patterns. The next is the fill the frame. So you can always go for a full frame composition. If something is very close to you, you don't have an option, so you have to go for this fill the frame composition, like this, the orangutan, and something like this. I was using a 600 and I had no choice. It was very close. Again, a close picture, full frame. So the conclusion is, it's not about your cameras or expensive cameras that you have. It's about how to use your cameras and frame your photos right. So you need to practice. You need to practice every day, every now and then. That's the most important thing when it comes to photography. Whatever camera or whatever lens you have, if you don't practice regularly, you will lose the touch, and you can't be a good photographer, basically.
think we have a bunch of messages. Hermi, starting from Shaista, Paul Manuran. Both of them said hi. Then Sharma was talking about seeing after
Yeah,
a long time. All set. Then we answered this question about Photoshop. Then again from Delhi, hello. Then Dr. Muhammad said hello to. Then I haven't seen Dr. Muhammad for a while. I hope you guys are in touch.
yeah. Even I haven't heard about him. I heard
Okay.
of, from him for a long time.
Then Tapati said the discussion is quite useful. Then I cannot read this language. What is it? There is a hi, but I'm not able to read the name. Beautiful image from Tapati. Akash, nice composition. Amazing photos by the same person. Then watching from Philippines, Prince Alex. Then Maitreyi said yes, but I'm not sure for what.
Yeah, I can read.
Ostrich, Dilip, give a compliment on that ostrich image. So thank you, Dilip.
Here, Hema has a doubt. They are wild animals who hunt other animals. How come they are not hunting humans? That's the difference between we humans and the animals. They know what they want to eat, and they usually go for that. It's not like we humans want to get everything in our pocket. So they are very choosy when it comes to their food or whatever it is. They respect other species, and if they are not hungry, they'll not even bother to even chase an animal. So even if a lion is not hungry and you see a gazelle or any zebra or any other animal, it will walk through them. And even that the other animal who is the prey, they understand that this predator is not hungry, so it's not a danger for them. So that's how wildlife is all about. They respect each other, not like we humans. That's why they don't even care for humans.
And again, if it is the case of Masai Mara, people don't walk around inside. So that's one thing.
Yeah,
And in
we are always
outskirts,
in the
yeah,
vehicle.
in outskirts there is people. People do at times you can see a small herds inside the park, but whenever the rangers see them, they do chase the people, and there is big fines too. So the movement of people especially walking inside the park is very rarely happen. So that way the human animal conflict to an extent is avoided.
Yeah.
There are problems, but then there is no much attack on humans generally.
Akash Ranjan, yes, I am from India. I am from beautiful place called Kerala. Vinod, thank you so much. Great shots from Dilip. What is the right day time to click a picture in Mara? Right day time.
I
See,
think every
from from 5:30 in the morning, like the sun comes out at around 6:30 usually. So 5:30 you leave. From that time itself, your time starts, and we avoid most of the time we avoid the mid time shooting, like mid noon, from 11 to 2 3, because the light will be harsh and you will get a lot of shadows and things in the picture. So we avoid that time. Otherwise, every time is perfect for photography in Mara.
yeah. In generally, yeah, wherever you are, I think early mornings and late evenings definitely do give some fabulous images. But then, yeah, if you're thinking in black and white, sometimes even in midday, you will be able to make some great images.
Pradeep, Asiatic cheetah is no more in Masai Mara. It's not there. I think it is there only in Iran or somewhere in that area. Yeah,
Hemat on the picture, I think about this hunt
yeah,
image.
yeah. Composition is
Adage.
main beauty of every frame. So composition as a subject is so good talk or share. But again, every composition should come from one's mind as their own perspective. So train your mind accordingly in the field always. Hope I am correct. And eventually you will end up in good composition if you keep this in mind. out of the box composition. You're very right, Race. Yeah, it's all about your concept and your perception, that perspective that makes a picture more beautiful.
That's true.
Yeah.
And again, all these rules are just rules, you know. Understanding the rules is definitely good. But
Yeah,
then,
but the thing is, these rules were made long before, and it if it was not useful, or if it doesn't give that beauty, they wouldn't have made it, and we wouldn't have followed it for a long time. So this gives much impact to the pictures. That's all. Like, it's not that you have to follow this. These are the basic rules that may make the picture beautiful. Once you know the rule, only you can break the rule. So initially you have to know the rule. That's all about it.
um, okay. Dilip always want to put some cups in a sack and kill
Yeah,
either of us.
I'll give you. Do wildlife photographers use drone in general? A lot of
In
people use
Mara,
drone, but here in
in
Mara
Mara, it's
they
not
don't
possible.
allow to use. But there are a lot of places that you can use.
Then
Nice topic covered. Layers you have covered. Nice perspective of using wide angle lenses. Would try. Thank you, Vibhav. What way do you manage your stock? I have a lot of hard disk.
no, the toughest part is, getting one particular image and understanding which hard disk is this one and which trip is this one, which folder is this one is a problem. So we try to put a sticker on top of every hard disk, putting this is from this particular trip. This is, there is a folder structure inside every hard disk. Nowadays, we are also putting a sticker outside the hard disk as well, so that you don't have to connect it every time.
Yeah, and I think like both of us might have hard disk more than SanDisk has in their go down.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yes, that's all about today's session. I hope I made some sense to few of you. Hopefully,
of course, for sure.
we will sit with some other topic in the maybe
Future.
next week. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we are looking for some other photographers as well for next sessions.
Yeah.
So I'll be here in Mara for another 1 week or 10 days maybe. We'll see if I get something good here. I'll always share with you.
Cool.
I hope today's session was good, and we will see you all on Saturday. Saturday is our next session. We'll be publishing who is going to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Shaista. Thank you, Udit. Thank you, everyone who watched today's show and whoever is watching. So,
All right.
thank you, Vibhav, again.
And don't forget, it's COVID, so please be safe.
Yeah, let's all be safe on the safer side. Okay, so bye bye for the day. You guys sleep well. Thank you, Akash. Akash is saying it's the best session on Postrace channel. Seeing the both legends together is quite impressive.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. It's so
Don't
much
call
of
us
a
legends.
compliment.
There are a lot of legends out there.
Yeah, there are so many legends you cannot walk. So we're simple people.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and don't include us in the
The
legends
legend
team. We are
category.
just learning, and we are just sharing whatever we learned to others. That's all.
Yeah. All right then. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye
Good day.
bye.